Hello there, artists. Today I have a project that is going to be a quick and fun way to practice using negative space and positive space. It's also going to show us some contrast, and we'll get to practice using a little bit of balance in our picture. For this project, you are going to need a black piece of paper, a white piece of paper, a pencil, some glue, regular pair of scissors, and possibly a fancy pair of scissors, and then something to draw or color with. In this case, we're going to be using silver and a gold Sharpie. Let's get started. So you are going to first decide, do you want your picture to be vertical or do you want it to be horizontal? The next decision you have to make is, do you want your black paper to be on the bottom and the white paper on top? Or do you want your white paper on the bottom and the black paper on top? In my first example, I had the white paper on the bottom and the black on top, so I think I'm going to switch that up for this one. And my black paper on the bottom, my white paper on top. All right, now I'm going to take the paper I have on the top, in my case it's white, and I'm going to go ahead and fold it in half. Once it's folded in half, I want to draw half of a heart. I need to make sure that I'm starting on the folded edge, not the open edge, the folded edge. Starting at the top, I'm going to make it nice and big, coming around and going to my bottom corner. Now this first one, I'm going to go ahead and do just a simple curved line. Now I want to make another curved line on the inside of my heart and another curved line. I could keep going until I got really small. Now my first example here, I have a zigzag line that's on the outside of this heart, and I have a wavy line that's on part of my heart as well. So on this one, I think I'm going to do the outside line is going to be just a simple curved line. I'm going to go ahead and do a zigzag line on the inside heart. And I'm going to go ahead and do a wavy line on the heart right before that. All right, my next step is to cut out the first curved line, my wavy line, and the zigzag line. Now I'm going to put the heart back together on my black paper like a puzzle. Now I'm going to go ahead and open up both sides of my heart. And I'm already starting to notice interesting line patterns that happen because I've got contrast going on here with my white and my black. So when we've got two extremes next to each other, it creates contrast. In this case, the black, really dark color, against the white, a really light absence of color. So I've got my negative space is the black. That is where the actual heart is not. It's minus, it doesn't have the object there. But the positive space is being created by the actual object, in this case, the heart. So negative space is where the object is not, and positive space is where the object is. There's several different ways that you can play around with the positive space and the negative space. For this example, I'm going to show you how to keep and discard the opposite sides. So it's going to look like this. Here we are creating asymmetrical balance, which means that it is different on two sides. So if it was symmetrical balance, that would mean it's the same on both sides. Again, the one I'm going to show you is asymmetrical balance, which means that it is different on both sides. I'm going to start with my pencil, and I'm going to start on the right-hand side on the very outside of my heart. I'm going to go ahead and draw an X. Now I'm going to go to the left side, and I'm going to draw an X on the next heart in. Now I'm going to go to the right and go to the next heart in and draw an X there. And now to the left, and on my next heart in, I'm going to draw an X there as well. Now I'll take my scissors and I'll go ahead and cut right down the middle, and I will get rid of the side with the X. Now you can really see my positive space and my negative space. So I'm going to go ahead and line up my pieces by the middle. You really got to pay attention to this middle line right here. And there you have it. So now in this case, I've got the positive space, positive shapes are shown up again by the white. And then the opposite is the black, and that's the negative space. There are lots of different ways that you can play around with this project and create positive and negative space. You can also just leave your project just like this if you really like the way that it looks. Or if you want to use more lines and shapes and create patterns with the gold and the silver Sharpie, you may do that. You could also possibly use other materials to create that same look. If you want a different variation or a different way to create positive and negative space with this project, check out my part 2 video, and you'll find lots of different ways that you can have fun with this very simple project. I hope you have a great time. I can't wait to see your pictures.